All right, welcome back. Let's quickly go to Rabat, Morocco now, and talk about the 2019 African Games. Team Nigeria has been giving us reason to smile. Team Nigeria has been picking up the medals as we expected, and like we told you earlier, we're now fourth on the medal table. But let's take a review of Day 12.
Day 12, another fantastic day for Nigeria. They racked up the medals. They've talked about the golds that they brought in. Several other medals, silvers and bronzes for Team Nigeria. But let's start with track and field. We all patiently waited for track and field to start, and when it started, boy oh boy, it hasn't disappointed one bit. Raymond Ekevo.
That's why we should not gamble. We shouldn't gamble.
Right.
We shouldn't talk about odds. We gave it to the Ivorians, even without, just give it straight.
Yeah. Well, that's I thought he had a good chance. But Olawale was very sure. No, not me. I mean, I thought, yeah, when Olawale said Cisse is going to win it, I was like, really? Because Raymond has been on fire all season on the collegiate scene in University of Florida. It's been running incredible times, and if you looked at his hits, round ones and round two and the semis, it was comfortably
blistering pace. Yeah.
Exactly, the best sprinter on parade. So I would still say Cisse went into that particular race as the favorites. I mean, he had already dipped below 10 seconds already. Raymond hadn't done that in his career, and that's exactly what he needed to do to beat Cisse. 9.96 seconds.
And he did it on a big day.
On the big stage, in the final, and has now become the first man to win a 100 meters final since Olusoji Fashugba 12 years ago. I think it's safe to say sprinting, the glory days of sprinting is gradually coming back, if you want to consider what Divine has been doing as well too. Let's move on. Still in the 100 meters, there you go. Isheriche Ishakiri, the national champion, did just enough to finish third.
Yeah.
10.02 seconds.
Yeah, not bad.
These are really fast times.
Not bad. Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations to those two lads right there.
And let's also say that Raymond has qualified for the Tokyo 2019
Olympics. Exactly. Same thing with Ishakiri as well too. Let's move on to the 110 meters hurdles, where Adeboye Oyeni did well enough to win silver for Nigeria in that one. And in shot put, this was never in doubt. Any other outcome would have been a disappointment.
One way.
Because it's clearly the best shot putter on the continent. I'm talking about Chikwebuka Enokwechi. Fantastic, powerful thrower of the shot put. Last but not the least, when as regards athletics, is Milola Ogunride, who won silver in the hammer throw. So all these guys doing great things for Nigeria, wherever you are right now. Take a bow. Let's move on to weightlifting. The weightlifters have been so dominant.
Yeah.
And exactly what it continued on day 12 for Rafiat Lawal, she won 3 gold medals all by herself. I mean, that's remarkable stuff. Weightlifting.
What can you say?
Yeah, what can you say is that she's incredible. She's a remarkable lifter. Rafiat Lawal, there you go, confirmation of how she won 3 gold medals.
59 kilogram, the clean and jerk,
and the
snatch.
Wow, just one person, same as the other lad from yesterday as well too. So congratulations to Rafiat Lawal. And just following in a footstep is Joy Eze, another 3 gold medals.
I mean, same pattern, same format.
Wow.
64 kilogram,
kg,
the clean and jerk, and the snatch as well. 3. I mean, that's so good. That's so good.
Stuff.
Commendable.
Very,
really
very
commendable.
Very, very commendable stuff. And let's go to the football, where Nigeria was involved in a semi-final clash against Mali. It turned out to be a very, very tough, tricky one, goalless. But Nigeria found a way to prevail 5-4.
Yeah, so that's a good one. Malians are becoming a thorn in our flesh at age grade, and so It's good that we won. Penalties, nonetheless, very good. All right, we need to take a quick time out on the show this morning to bring out our guy, very versatile guy, Femi Adefeso. He's going to be talking about the African Games and also talking about basketball. So we need to get back to the 2019 African Games where we were discussing.
Yeah, we talked about Nigeria already advancing to the final of the football event, and but unfortunately, if Nigeria goes ahead to win that gold medal, it's just going to count as one. I wish you could just count each medal
for each of the players,
so we can overcome.
Though in theory is one, but everybody gets a medal.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going to reflect on the medals table.
Yeah, that's true.
I wish that was the case, but it's not going to be that case. But we all know football is the king of sports, and any medal in football is bigger than any other sports. I know some people have a few things to say about that one. Let's quickly see
the medal table.
The medal table. Let's see what it looks like. Egypt still maintaining the supremacy on top. It doesn't look like any other country will catch them at this point in time. They've increased the medal haul to 142. Look at that, 40 gold medals. That's remarkable. 64 and 38. And not trailing, just a long way off Egypt. In second is South Africa, 25, 17, and 14, 56 in total. It's also Morocco, host nation, and Nigeria, not doing badly at all. 20 gold medals. Fantastic. I mean, 13, 16, 49 in total.
If we participate in as much as events as the South Africans and the Egyptians do, the gap will not be this much. But we've left some, that's the problem with Nigeria. There are some sports we don't know, this is not a Nigerian thing, we leave it out. They do it. And our areas of strength, other people are encroaching. We talked about the Ivorians yesterday, what they're doing to us in the sprints. And it's happening. But then again, I'm happy that, I don't want to say I'm happy with third position, but realistically, I know in Africa, it shouldn't always go down than number 3. So I see us catching up with Morocco.
Really?
I see your scat. Yeah.
Really?
I do. It's just it takes three gold medals to do that.
True.
And,
Three goals is a lot, though.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Let's just quickly run through the remainder of the countries on the medals table. There's Algeria as well, to 19, 19, and 39,
not far away
17, 77 in total. Tunisia, 18, 15, and 19. That's 52 in total. There's also Madagascar, this tiny Madagascar, finding a way to number 7 on the medals table. They have 6, 4, and 2, 12. Cote d'Ivoire, 8th. Mauritius, 9. And last but not least is Ethiopia. Perhaps when the long distance races are completed, they'll get a few more gold medals.
Yeah, surely.
And probably right to the middle of the table.
Conspicuously missing is Kenya too.
Interesting, all those countries. What about Ghana? Ghana found a way to win a medal, finally.
So we'll see as the tournament goes on. But let's quickly talk about what's going to happen today.
Yeah, day 13, and we're looking forward to more medals coming from Team Nigeria in track and field. Once again, I'm not too sure about the 400 meters women's final. Patience Okonjo has got serious competition on her hands to win that particular medal. Also favor Ophelia, the young star, is in the final as well. Wish all the ladies the best. Hopefully they can get and finish on the podium. In the men's final, we have 2 representatives as well. Emmanuel Ojili of Making of Champions and Chidi Okezie.
There are medals in all of this. I don't know the color.
Really?
But there are medals.
All right, we'll see.
Patience Okonjo medal.
Okay.
I don't know which one, but the medal.
All right.
And let's not even talk about the 100 meters hurdles final.
I
think I know the color. I know the color. I know the color already.
Barring any
injuries,
serious and dramatic,
or false start or whatever,
ton of events, Tobiloba and Moshon should
be getting
comfortably win that particular race. There are also a couple other Nigerians in there as well.
Grace
Saimoba and
Oluwakemi Francis.
I wish them all the best as well. So let's move over to the relays. The relays, relays used to be a strong point. Yeah,
But our problem sometimes in this
there's been baton issues. That's very important. No matter how talented your sprinters are, if you can't perfect the baton exchange, you're almost very likely to lose out. You might actually go on and complete the race and get disqualified when they have a look again and see you've already gone past the margin before you change the
And those asking questions about Divine, is he in Rabat?
Yes,
that's your answer.
There you go. It's going to be doing the relay. Actually was a part of the team that qualified for the final yesterday. There's also Emmanuel Arowolo, Ogo Ogene Aguero, as well as Sheye Ogunlere. So that's the quartet for the men's 4 by 100 meters final. While in the ladies category, what do you think is going to happen in this one? I mean, they were very comfortable in their hits yesterday,
Yeah,
so perhaps that's an
I see a
indication
medal too.
of what to
I
expect.
don't want to be overconfident. I see a medal. Let me not say the color, but I see a medal.
Joyudo Gabriel, Blessing Okagbare.
Okagbare.
Hopefully, she's overcome that false start.
Yeah.
In the 100 meters
Experience
final.
is needed.
It's a very, very needed. There's also Messi, Intia
Obong,
Obong, as well as
Rosemary Chukuma.
Rosemary Chukuma. So wish all of them all the best. Hopefully, they can get the job done for Nigeria. So when we come back tomorrow, we'll probably be talking about Nigeria, overtaking Morocco, and getting into that third position. Let's leave the African games for now. We'll be coming back for more updates definitely on the show tomorrow. Let's talk basketball. Just as we were rounding off the show yesterday, Alex Nwora released a list of 12. That's the final roster for the Tigers for the FIBA World Cup in China. And our guest is going to join us, the basketball expert is going to be joining us to help analyze that particular list. Let's see a confirmation of that list once again. A lot of usual suspects. Ike Diogo was the captain, Josh Okogie, Al-Farouk Aminu, Ekpe Udo, Jordan Nwora is there as well too. Vincent Gabriel Nnamdi is also made the final roster. Chimezie Metu of the San Antonio Spurs, Ike Ruegbu, Michael Eric, Ben Uzo, Zana Talib, and last but not the least is Stan Okoye. So those are the 12 players that representing Nigeria at the FIBA Basketball World Cup. We need to go on a short break. Okay, our guest that is supposed to join us in the studio is still on his way, but our guest in San Antonio is ready. Ayotunde Onobolu, it's great to have you on the show. It's been a minute, Ayotunde.
Thank you so much for having me there. And Tayo, after the show, please take off your jacket, Yemi, take off your tie. Y'all find a way, package, and mail them to me in San Antonio. I'll make good use of these things. I promise you.
It's great to have you. Let's dive straight into it. Ayotunde, we waited all anxiously to see the final roster, and Alex Nwora has done just that. What's your overall assessment of the 12, especially in terms of composition? We can take it position by position. We can start with the point guard position first of all.
Well, I feel first thing that strikes me is the fact that all these guys were making their very first appearance at the World Cup. So in terms of experience playing at that level, we do not have. But while that's said, a general look at the team would actually show me that there are guys who've had experience playing at some level in the NBA. Okay, we have a general mix of incredible defenders and guys who can flat out score the basketball. Now, at the big man's position, talking about the center spot, basically the only guy listed as a true center has got to be Michael Eric. When you look at Ekpe Udo and Chimezie Metu of the San Antonio Spurs, these are guys who predominantly play at the power forward position but can play at the center. So I think like it's a general good mix of size and athleticism and strength, and above all, when it comes to winning championships, defensive presence. With Al-Farouk Aminu, Josh Okogie, I can promise you, I feel like defensively we are covered on the perimeter, and that is something to be cautiously optimistic about. Cautiously because you can imagine that there are other teams out there in our group. Talk about Argentina, then you talk about other guys out in the other groups like Serbia, the United States and Spain, who have also got a very decent mix of all these things I just outlined. But looking forward and looking at the kind of team we have right now, I have reasons to be pretty much excited about how far we can go in the tournament.
Fantastic. I know you've already mentioned the fact that in terms of defending the perimeter, Nigeria is all good in that sport. What about the defending the paint? You've already mentioned the fact that they only have one true center on this roster.
Now, the truth of the matter is, if you look at the game of basketball generally, it has gone beyond, it has gone from dominance in the paint, and it has become a perimeter jump shot oriented game right now. So I did something, before coming on the air. I decided to look at size. And whilst you would think that without a true 7-footer, Nigeria is one of the sides lacking in size, I looked around and I found out that in the entire World Cup, there might not be more than 5 players who are genuinely 7-footers. And out of those 5, maybe only 2 will get to start for their different countries. So we're in the era of small ball. And that means teams will generally cancel themselves out. So it boils down to your will, to your character, to your strength, and to your determination to want to dive for the loose balls, to want to contest everything that goes down, whether it's in the paint or on the perimeter, to want to crash the glass on both ends of the floor, offensively and defensively. All those things put together will go a long way. So it's not just about having a 7-footer in the paint who can
All
defend
right.
and all of that. It's going to be a collective effort.
All right, then, Tunde, just kindly hold on for a minute. We have our second guest in the studio now. Femi Adefeso, basketball commentator and pundit, is also here to talk about Nigeria's final roster for the FIBA World Cup in China. Femi, it's great to have you on the show.
Yeah, good to be on the show with you this morning.
Straight away, I'll just ask you, talk about the drop-top players, and why do you think those players did not make the final roster?
That was a tough one. Deji Akindele.
Deji has been...
Yeah, Alade Aminu.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is brother in there, and Ike I think Uwamu was one of the better shooters in the team. But if you look at it lately, I think Stan Okoye has stepped up his game from that side of the court, and that really gave him a shout. Apart from the fact that he's a little bit bigger, because naturally he's a 3, but he has the arsenal of shooting threes, which he has developed so much in his game this time around. For Deji, I mean, Deji is the tallest player on the team.
Exactly.
So you automatically expect.
I thought it was a nailed-on
also,
choice.
I think he's one of the older guys too. So perhaps efficiency and minutes on the floor might be one of the reasons why. Because Ayo mentioned it clearly, which I think is very valid. You have the likes of Ekpe Udo and Michael Eric, who are power forward centers. They could fit in both roles. But unfortunately, you have someone like Alade who is just a power forward. He doesn't fit in. So perhaps his utility came to the fore. We also had some health reasons too, are part of the reasons why it's not there. But you look at it, I think we've managed to pick the best of the crop, without question. From all angles, people talk about the center, and I pointed it out very clearly. The game is beginning to shift away from the paint
small ball
towards the perimeter. Everybody needs to know how to shoot now. Once upon a time, Dirk Nowitzki was looking like magical, shooting the ball from outside. Now every other center, you're required to put the ball on the floor, beat your man, and shoot the ball. So I like the squad. It's balanced. There's youth. There's athleticism.
Right.
There's also a little bit of experience with the likes of Ike Diogo. And let's not forget, the NBA players are on the team. I think it's a huge factor.
Yeah.
The likes of Josh Okogie. Yes, he's just cutting his teeth.
He's had a decent season.
As well. Al-Farouk Aminu has become a veteran in the NBA. Let's not forget, this guy has consistently been, in an NBA roster since he's been drafted. And every other year he's been a starter. Had an awesome season in Dallas Mavericks when he left from the Clippers, went on to Portland Trail Blazers.
Now Orlando.
Did the same thing. Now he's in Orlando Magic, earning some big bucks.
All right,
there as well.
You might have to hold your thoughts. We also keep Ayo on the line, but we need to go on a break right now. When we return from that break, we'll still be talking basketball all the way on the show this morning.